Hello, dear viewer. Let's play Manor Lords with you today. The game goes into early access on April 24th, but as usual, you can get an early look at the new strategy on my channel to decide for yourself whether it's worth waiting for, whether it's worth buying, whether it's worth playing. I already showed the demo once before. I had positive impressions of it, because it was a very beautiful city building at that time, but now there should be, I understand, battles. Because there were a bunch of military units planned in addition to the city building. Was planned, they weren't there yet. I don't know, the characters are all like, okay, whatever, let's leave it as is. We should be watching the game right now. So there's already Russian in the game. People will be asking why it's not in Rudcom in the comments. Because it's more convenient for me to do it that way for channel 2. And there. And that's how it's already there. End goal. So we have different end goals. Domination this time. Destroy all the other lords by taking over their territory. Not bad. Capture all the regions. Even cooler for map coloring enthusiasts, and you can play endlessly without a goal at all. But it's no fun without a goal. Growth. So we've reached a settlement level. Big city. Those are the options to win. Get to the city. Get to the big city. Well, here's one I guess. Here's one I like this one. I don't like to color the map much. It gets bored, especially when you've already accumulated strength. It's clear that you've already defeated everyone, and you're sitting there, routinely painting the map. But to have time to grow under the onslaught of the enemy, I think it's more interesting. So with, and how does that work? Work in progress. There's not going to be any enemies, is there? I almost don't really see how it's. How do you play capture then if there's no enemies? Here's the cop's aggressiveness on the balance though. Let's get them on hardcore. Reactive. Well, reactive would be slow at all. Here's the aggressive one then. Raiders frequency. No. Maxed out, right? Raiders. Number of years without the raiders. That's probably at the start, right? Let's go back to 2, because I'm afraid that if you do 1, you might just not be able to build up at all, because I haven't played the game yet. Okay, the other things, I'll leave it as is. But look at this, there are difficulty templates, and I went straight to the targets, and I can choose from here. 1. All of them. There we go, aggressive included. Actually, we'll just change the target. That's it, the maximum difficulty is red. Here's 2 territories on the edge here. Grow your city as fast as you can. Now that's probably the lamest map ever. 3 so far, but there will be more. Okay. Well, let's see the hardest one. Well, this is where the modes change actually under the scenario to see all the variations. Well, okay, we'll take that. We'll take the height. Let's go. We've got the start of the winter season. It's tough on the selection, but it's not bad. Varied start options increase replayability. So once you've played around and figured out what's what, you can play around with different settings and try things out for yourself. By the way, pause on the spacebar. Respect to guys like that. And let's get right into it and look at these ones. Is that a bull or a cow? Is that an udder there? Oh no, that's not an udder. It's a bull. We'll look at the bull on that. Something sticking in his legs. But there are still, yes, moments to refine. Collisions of objects in particular. And on people's faces, let's see. Twins, brothers, no? No, different faces. Anyway, of course, you wouldn't look at them long at point-blank range. You're going to play at some distance anyway. But the mere fact of paying attention to detail deserves respect. So you have to look at it. Of course it was. And now I've got all my settings set to Ultra. On Ultra, the game looks like this. 12 days before release. Early access, by the way. I don't know how long early access will last, but overall it's good. She looked beautiful before, and she looks beautiful now. New message, let's take a look. Trouble these lands. You reached a big city. Well, actually, we've sounded out everything we set out at the beginning. Subliterate. By management, grow the city. They all need food and fuel. And a roof over their heads to survive. Well, naturally. Let's turn off these tutorials, because all urban planning tutorials are about the same. Build a house, build a hut for hunting, build a warehouse, build a mill. Let's see what we've got here next. The X5 Semi. Well, by the way, in families counts not in people, it counts in and you have 5 families. 1, 2. We have 1-person single-parent families. That's weird, yeah, here's 10. That's a total of 10 people. First level family. Second level family. Family of the third. This is the generation. Grandmothers, great-grandmothers. No, not like that. Parents and grandparents, there you go. That's a total of 10. Okay. Work-focused 0. 5 on a side. Residential 0. Humans 10. Approval. 50% we have. It's opening. It's not opening. Doesn't open. Just falls over apparently. Order. 100%. Regional wealth 50%. What a pet one. Next. The number of months until our supplies run out. 4 months we have enough supplies. The name of our lovely town, which is not a town but a camp at the moment. Continuation to follow. Supplies, logs, boards, stone, tools, wooden parts, roof, blocks, food, a bunch of kinds, fuel. Two kinds of these berry grains, not grains, but like them, plants, because the different plants we have here, a bunch more different materials that we're going to produce. Man, like, the way the screen heats up the comp, it's just brutal, straight up blows me away with a heat wave. Commodities, next level of production, yeah, and the army, next level of production. There's a cool thing here, you can inhabit your character and walk around your camp. I don't know where he was, why he was in the forest, I just don't know which way to go, but here you can inhabit anyone, I think, and maybe not anyone, but your own for sure. It's just something about the woods. Okay, he'll find his own way later. Then we'll run around, see if we can get closer to all these things. Last time you could go through houses. Okay, wealth 0 plus 0, tax to the ruler of the king's location and influence. We also have resources like this. They're standard, let's say, for city building simulators, but that's because we have some character with oomph here. We have December as our emblem. It's December, it's not snowing. it's not snowing. It's the winter of the first year. It doesn't look like winter. Last time I remember it snowed and it was beautiful, but now it's December. Roads, so what's on the roads? Nothing on the roads. Production. Let's see what's in production. Sawmill, not sawmill, but in short, logs are felled. Lumberjacks. What are they called? How do you say it in Russian? Lumberjacks of some kind. Here they chop wood from these logs. Here they make boards. There's a hunter's hut here. This is closed. We're going to make charcoal out of wood later. Okay, here's the hunting shack. What was this then? That's a woodsman's cabin. That's not a hunting cabin. Okay, we have berry picking here. This is closed. Here, okay, I'm not going to look at everything right now. I'm just going to quickly click through so I can see how many total builds are being offered to us in general. But quite a few, so not many. Military to create an army, but let's not create an army yet. Tarda, yeah, it's just all these areas to capture in conquest mode. Then was conquest, conquest, and domination, second node. And you can see at a glance where the forests are. Well, by the way, it's convenient, yeah, so you don't just go conquer somebody, but for some racial. Okay, and this one's a trading thingy. The trading post, well, everybody's got one. By the way, there's two over there. That's where the roads come out, right? There's one of these ones, and there's two of these ones, and these ones can be captured to trade dots, but there's nothing to trade, so basically, whatever for now. The center, okay, it's not worth it here. There's one trading point here as well. Either right or left would have to break there. No use, have a bunch of boundaries with everybody, but we might not be doing that. We're going to build. We need to build there. Help, settings, well, everything. Looked at everything. Where's our camp? There's our camp. Here's our camp. You couldn't for a very long time. Then I think they just did. The thing, it's got that right away. Well, okay, guys, learn from experience and pause on the spacebar, know how to do it. Somehow here, it's kind of muddy, then it's just the sharpness kicks in. Well, the optimization is done by me, as they say. Let's go build. Where do we need? We need cabins. Marketplace. Okay, well, here's cabin number 1. Okay, that's our woods there. Yeah, that's our tents. It's gotten hot. Yeah, optimization is still somewhere in the plans, I guess. Let's go somewhere else. Yeah, don't stick it in. Home. This is where I think there should be connectors, you know. I'm doing something wrong. Somehow it worked differently. Give me the road then, let's draw it first. They were glued to the road somehow before, and the roads were still buckling like that, I'll recall. Yeah, well, that's how they curl up like that. They curled up once. Here, I really like the way the roads were made at different angles like this. Not just like this, like on a ruler, but the normal way the roads are done. Well, and now the lodge. Okay, It's too small, he says. Man, my computer's about to fly away. It's not gonna make it. We need to do more of this. It scares me already, frankly. That's the first time I've ever heard a computer hum like that. That's not how it hums on Cyberpunk. Well, that's okay. What? Are you kidding me? Yeah, now it's coming up. Well, it's kind of iffy, actually. It was more comfortable last time. Now it's a bit of a hassle to get the houses in. All right, we're building the houses. Well now, when it's built beautifully, of course it's going to be everything. And you can see the briquettes over there in that mud. The dirt, of course, is soapy when you zoom, when you move back and forth, but I think that's going to get tightened up later. But when you do not twitch the camera, then loaded textures beauty, of course, will come spatulas with you, will pick. And the same kind of development in SimCity, I remember as far as I can remember. There you also draw areas, and then they close that area themselves. And in the same, what's it called? In Norland, there you put each house separately. And in First Frontier, I think each house was also separately placed. So I was also hoping that I would draw a line and the houses would appear. No, it's also with areas. I don't remember what it was like in Smoke. Here, watch the log drag. Whoops, it's hovering. Yeah, hovered, dragged the log through everything. But that, of course, everybody's going to be tweaking that naturally, because there's no point in having such super pretty graphics when everybody's going through everybody. Man, well, that humming and boiling is certainly worrisome. Okay, well, message whatever you want, yeah. The raiders are coming. Well, what do we do? Keep an eye out for the raiders. 365 days left. Well, yeah, that was the hardcore plan. 2 houses. How much does a house hold, by the way? That's what we should have looked at. It's a house for one family. When it's better, it's for the families. And we have 5 families, right? We don't have enough houses for that many. We need more. Well, let's keep building. Oh, not like that. It's getting up and snowing. Oh, that's cool, by the way. You don't have to go into the road menu. You can just poke and prod it like this. Oops, that's cool. And then there's a path like this next. It's become a path. The question is how do we get more houses? But not that much. Well, what do you mean small? It was fine. Yeah, that was normal. Okay, here's a little bit of a snag. Let it go. And we need another house. Whoa, everybody, we are here. Okay, we're running out of goods, we're running out of food, the bums are freezing, and everyone's not happy. How did you want it to be? No, the road did get cut off last time. You did? I didn't notice. I thought a straight dot was appearing. We need one house here. There's a big one here. You can't have one at a time. Okay. 1, 2. That's how we do it then. Not enough material. Got it. Let's go get some wood then. Wow, you're big. How do I spin you? Where do we have the bigger wood? Wild animals, rich deposit, stone. This is where we need to introduce this stuff somewhere. Ah, well, here it's attracting itself. To our road. Let's take the road there then. Over there. Building. Yeah, super. Right there. We don't have enough. Wow, we don't have enough for a sawmill. We should have started with the sawmill. We can cancel at home. Yes, you can cancel at home. Where's our wood? We're running out of food. That's funny. We shouldn't have started with the houses to begin with. You could break it. They'll bring back the houses. They won't bring back the logs. Well, I hope they do now. One house, let it be. Yeah, it's back. That's great. There, that's it. Let's put it in. There's something left. 4 left. Then we're doing the food next. There's no time to do nonsense. Building some kind of house. That's where the road needs to be taken away first. You can't drive into the red zone, right? Well, there we go. We'll leave it. And we build. That's how you can build like that. It was written that if, get into the zone. Into the habitat zone. To enter the habitat zone. Animals migrate. Therefore, my first thought was to build in a red circle, so that they would reach. In fact, get involved. You just have to put it in. Alright, that's taken care of. Next up is the collector. Onward, collector. There's the berries. What berries in the winter? It's gonna freeze to shit. What berries in the winter do we not need? We need them now. Well, it's snowing. What do you call it? It's like this. It's straight. Medium of some sort. Normal. And just everybody. 1. Colored the map. That's it. Winter. Snow. Beautiful, beautifully done. Well done. Well done. Man, it's wild right now. Wolves are gonna come and Babenka. She's the only poor one here, digging around. Family, hungry. Yeah, you should have. Not that they didn't take the sawdust out of the houses. Should have started right away with the food. And there's deer walking around. There's no wild wolves here. It's gonna be deer. Now, okay, let's get some food. Let's get some wood. As long as everyone doesn't freeze to death. But they live in these tents. I do, as a matter of fact. Houses because they have tents. They kind of had a place to hide like this, conventionally, from the snow. I immediately something for housing. I ran. Needed food first, of course. Alright, first house is ready. Assigning 2. That's it, 3 unassigned left, 2 assigned. They're gonna start hunting now. What about hunting limits? Alright, let's make it 10 for now. Why are all the stripes assigned there? 3 people hunting. Oh, 2 families, 5 people. Man, this family thing, I'm not really sure why. I mean, it's usually so, well, the logs are finished. It's usually counted by people. There are children that can't be attached anywhere. There are adults that can be attached, and that's kind of it. And so for some reason they walked away from that story with these families. Can we just restore it? No, you can't. They just dumped these logs here now, and these families here. Maybe, sure, if you get used to them, once, twice, it'll be okay. It doesn't seem very clear so far. I don't know if it's because of the logs or something else. Well, let's put it right here then. 1. That's a lot, I think. Okay, 2 houses, great. Now that's probably the partitioner, when we can build one too. That's probably the problem for now. Alright, everybody, cut somebody. They're starting to skin the whole thing. He's sitting there watching, yeah, ancient world show, going to watch deer get their heads kicked off. Well, by the way, they do, by the way, you can see it. There's really the horns hanging in the air already, just like the head is being flicked off, but it's gradually being fired off. And good on all the deer. Wow, he's got it going on. Deer drift. Rum-dum-dum. Why so many? Come on! All the deer right now. Alright, I guess since 10 was the default, 10 will be fine. They're not going to get all of them at once. Although it says 16 out of 20. Well, they'll cut half the herd. What about the food? 2 meat. How much meat does 1 deer get? The limitation of the area. Two meats and 2 hides, right, we have. Okay, we need a marketplace so we can exchange goods. Well, by the way, it's weird that a market is needed. Earlier than, you could have walked between the houses there. Where's the market? The well. Oh, by the way. Yes, by the way. We need a well. Here's the marketplace. Man, and the marketplace needs to be allocated these bits and pieces. And here I think I've highlighted it badly already. There's 2 total. I can't say it's a very convenient scheme with this one with the allocation of areas. You stick a separate cabin in, it's kind of normal. Well, it's probably a matter of habit too. Well, it's crooked. It's blatant. Okay, that's how it's going to be. Some kind of marketplace, okay, well. Alright, the well is right over here to it. We need another one like that over there too. And yeah, that's fine. You've got to manage to get it to stick properly too. But again, no forest because we should have appointed foresters. That's the story here too. I think it works a little bit differently in other city building. I think it's the unemployed, borrowing something somewhere. Maybe not though. It's been a long time since I've played this thing. Maybe everywhere needs to go now. I don't remember. Write in the comments if you watch this more often, these city builders. And you remember them better than I do. Just wrote in the comments that those years are not the years to remember, and someone laughed at that. I'm on my 4th, by the way. Or it's 5th, it's 10th, I can't even remember how old it is anymore. So I was sure that the unemployed would find jobs if there were jobs available. No, they won't. That's why the failure with the logs came out. What's the counting error already? The houses shouldn't have been built. Put the food in late. Didn't assign it here either. And as we all know, on maximum difficulty, mistakes accumulate and lead to failure. But you can actually see that it's a little early in the game. Although, of course, I think the release is going to be tampered with. Because, like, walking through objects. I, for one, really dislike that story always in all games. So we have to wait for some patches, some repatches here. Well, there's a big question about optimization as well. Because my comp, for example, is starting to melt already. I'm worried about that. That's the right thing to say. I haven't seen this kind of exertion, this kind of heat wave and buzz at any other games. So, fuck it. Okay, what do we have here? 7 out of 12. More in short, they can. Hunted. 7 meat. Well, food seems to be on the plus side. Logs are tight, yeah. Well, that's the standard story. Those who aren't assigned to jobs are doing construction and hauling. It's the same thing here. So this one right here is the one to keep. There's 2 there to there. Digging logs. We save up logs. We build 2 more houses. Okay, this is our shabby little marketplace, yeah. That's it. Oh man, I put it the wrong way up. Can't you turn it around? No, there's a relocate. Oh, those crosses inside, those were tents. So these tents depend on this area. And these tents could be moved around inside. Okay, I want to just turn it around. How do you do that? I don't know how to spin it. We should spin it, of course, it would be. But okay, what's up with the logs? 3, there's 3 logs. Let's keep building houses for our hobos. We still need 2 more houses. Let's check it out. 1. Now it's gonna show up here. It's not gonna show up here. Well, it's not like that. There's not enough materials. 4 is needed. Let's at least put 1 in. Small plot. Got it. Ready for the cabin. All right, we need 2. So now with the houses, we're going to decide. So let's speed it up. Okay, let's check it out. Plus or minus accelerate. Yeah, plus and minus accelerate. You're gonna wonder why I'm wondering. Like a pause on a spacebar. Acceleration by plus or minus, because very often, despite the banality, these things, interface things, developers manage not to do that, out of some of their own considerations. If you've been playing games for a long time, you're used to that pause on the spacebar, for example, right? No warehouse selected. Well, I mean, that's what they're carrying. Or it's already overcrowded in there. Yeah, it's running out of room. Well, then stop deer stalking. Someone's gone. Judging by the caption, right? We're running out of fuel. Fuel's running out. We should have built more. There. To chop. In the neighborhood right here. Okay, let's glue it up. And we've got. There's one more for the lodge. 1, 2. Didn't hit it again. That's it. I got it. Got it. The houses are ready. For everyone. The warehouse is full. Though the warehouse is full. Oh, well, it's these. That's it. You don't hunt there. Don't hunt. One down. Steering to the logs. Cold. And you were warm in December, weren't you? And then in January it got colder. Well, it's gonna be here now. And here it is standing. Here it won't be. There's going to be construction now. 12 though. In fact, the population has become 12. It was 10. Refrigerated by some of the other families, because it says families 4. There were 5. And there are more mouths to feed. That have to be fed. All right now. With what? Food 13. Bremen is on the plus side. Stone is there. We don't need the stone yet. Okay, we're at 325. In order not to be snatched away. But in fact, the 5th house is no longer needed. Because the 5th family's gone. Okay, the families can start walking. Well, because it's cold. Yeah. Now it's gonna be okay. Tindek. Alright, assign a man here. Let's start chopping. Let's take it from here. 2 families on base. We're gonna get a shotgun blast for everybody. Oh, by the way, everybody's moved out of this. Marketplace to relocate. Where you can't. No, you can't do that. We have to do it first. Here we go. Let's do it now. That's the market. And that's the one to move. Not yet. No, it's not too early. Here we go. Here we go. That's it. That's the stuff we're taking apart. The market in the center. Che on wood. I'm fine. Out. They're folding already. Firewood went into the plus side. But the level of the settlement grew. I don't understand why they made 5 houses out of 5. I see. Now I see. And now we need 2 second-level houses when these will grow again. But we have 0 approval and 1 family left. We have 2 families left. You are so short. We need more food, U14 food, because of the firewood seems to be a problem and 1 more family left all alone. I guess I'm gonna lose now. Just like that. Just like that. But now I know what order to build everything in. The cartoon is the last family left. It's gone and our village is dying, apparently. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. I lost, but that's fine. It's enough for a first look. I didn't see much difference that I showed earlier. The game is still. It looks nice, it still has no optimization. I still haven't gotten to the bandits, but for all that, it's still kind of good, kind of interesting. I think I'm going to do some series on this game. Write a comment if you want to see a walkthrough on it, some variant there, either with painting the map. Well, painting is probably long, probably not very interesting, but this mode would probably be something that you could probably go through at least once, maybe only later, because I'd like more optimization, because it's hard for me to sit next to the comp. Now it's gotten, but I think it's all a matter of getting it right. Share your opinion about the game, subscribe to the channel, press the bell to not miss different new and other strategies. Put likes if you liked the game, if you liked the video. Thanks for watching, and bye!